think it's a lot of grace for myself. I think waking up some days and having a lot of ambition and making a to-do list and doing house projects or writing songs or whatever, and then having grace for myself on the days where I wake up and don't really feel like doing much. I think it's uncharted waters, and I think however people are coping with it, as long as it's healthy, is okay.
I loved Kelsea Ballerini from the beginning. I loved her before she was a huge mega superstar, and I'm so excited that Kelsea is joining us today because this is one of my favorite series, Kelsea. It's called Quoted By, and we get to see like what quote guides you. So, Miss Ballerini, what's your kind of guiding light when it comes to quotes?
Well, I'm a lyric girl, and growing up, my favorite movie in the whole world, and still is The Wizard of Oz. I was Dorothy for like 5 Halloweens in a row. Every time I would outgrow the ruby slippers, my mom would get me a new pair. So Somewhere Over the Rainbow has just always been this magical song to me.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high.
I love that. Let me just read the lyrics in case people have forgotten. Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you'll find me.
When I was younger, I didn't really understand what the sentiment was. I just loved the way it made me feel. But as I've gotten older, I think it just represents like the dream, whatever that is to anyone. And I think sometimes I've always been a very like head up in the clouds kind of person. And I think part of that's just like a dreamer in me, and part of that's like a coping mechanism for life sometimes. And I think especially right now, having a song that lets you escape and brings you hope and helps remind you that we're going to get through it and there's going to be a blue sky on the other side of it. Like, it's just nostalgic to me.
How have you been able to keep positive and keep your head in the right space during this kind of really difficult time?
I mean, I think it's a lot of grace for myself. I think waking up some days and having a lot of ambition and making a to-do list and doing house projects or writing songs or whatever, and then having grace for myself on the days where I wake up and don't really feel like doing much. I think it's uncharted waters, and I think however people are coping with it, as long as it's healthy, is okay.
Do you stay optimistic? How do you feel in this moment?
Yeah, I think in this moment I'm optimistic. I think me and my husband haven't had this much time together since we started dating. So I've been trying to find silver linings about all this time off the road and at home, and that's definitely one of the silver linings.
All right, and lastly, you said you were doing a little writing. Have you found this to be a creative time in your career?
Forced creativity.
Yeah, forced creativity.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first time in a long time that I've had the space to just be quiet with my thoughts, which is a scary thing, but also I think a really healthy thing. So I'm happy about that.
You know what? That's such a true statement, Kelsea, because I was talking to a friend of mine and they were like, now you're not defined by what other people think of you. If some people like that, they're like, oh, I'm in front of a crowd, they love me. Right. Now I'm quiet in my house. Do I love me? So
that's right.
And lastly, what have you learned about yourself, do you think?
I used to really love alone time. Like, I used to go on drives by myself, or like even take myself out to dinner, like when I was younger. And I have veered away from that the last like 5 or 6 years because I love being around people, and I think I'm getting back to that. I'm like re-meeting my inner younger self, which has been nice.
Well, Kelsea, I love you. Thank you for getting up for us. And you look so cute with your makeup and your hair all done.
Just for you, anytime.
All right,
Good to
Kelsea.
talk to you.
I look forward to hearing you sing again soon. Love you, honey.
Thank you. Love you.
Okay, bye.